7, 6, 5, 4.
You're like 1, 2.
Shh.
Do this, but
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium as the Real Boston Rams are prepared to take on the Seacoast United Phantoms. I'm Jonathan Fonseca, in for Tom Quinlan tonight, who is home mourning the loss of his New York Rangers Stanley Cup final demolished by the Kings. I'm joined along by Mike Agostinho, coach for the Real Boston Rams, and Brian O'Connell, writer for the New England Soccer Digest, is it?
It's New England Soccer Today. Close enough. Close enough.
Just kidding. Just kidding. New England Soccer Today, check him out. Great guy. We're here to talk a little World Cup before the start of the game. Boys, if you want to kick it off. Brian, let's start with you. Take on the World Cup, how it's going so far.
Wow, a lot more surprised than I thought anyone expected at this point in the tournament. Obviously, today's result with Costa Rica and Uruguay, Costa Rica pulling off the 3-1 upset. So obviously that's the most recent surprise. Obviously yesterday's surprise was obviously Netherlands taking a 5-1 throttling to Spain. So for all the people that say that it's usually it's a lukewarm start to each World Cup, I think it's been anything but that this time around.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's been pretty entertaining, I got to say. After the first game had its moments that lacked a little bit of entertainment, but the last, I'd say, 4 games have been entertaining. Who can argue with the Dutch performance yesterday? As a Man U fan, like I've said, that was brilliant for us watching Van Gaal and Van Persie together. Put in five goals on Spain, and hopefully, as a Man U fan, we're going to see David De Gea jump in goal for Spain in the next game.
Now, I want to ask you guys,
yes.
Does this spell the demise of Spain as we know it? I mean, I know it's just one game, but what do you guys think?
I think it's probably that might be a little bit of an overreaction. If you look at the probability, there's still a good chance they're going to advance, and they're very deep. They can make all kinds of changes and put a completely different team out there. A younger team, maybe that's what they need to do. But I wouldn't say it's the demise, but I don't think that they are the king of the mountain anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with, you know what? This is what happens when you play a goalkeeper who hardly plays for his club. And I said it yesterday on Facebook. I'll say it again. Jose Mourinho, my God, he was right. Iker Casillas, bum. He is a bum. Not good enough to be playing at this level anymore.
And John, everybody had quickly forgotten his gaffe in the Champions League final because they happened to go on to win the game. And his outfield players, kind of bailed him out. But it is interesting that they decide to go with him. I know he's always been the goalie, and I think, and I'm going to go back to my opinion on Jurgen Klinsmann, I think too many coaches are afraid to let go of the old guard when the time comes. I think Spain paid the price for not letting go of that old guard.
Yeah. I mean, my ultimate thing would be to see Iker Casillas start in goal these next 2 games, them come in 4th place in their group, and Spain is done. Bye-bye, Spain. As a Portuguese fan, I would love to see that happen. Love it. Costa Rica today, huge win over Uruguay.
Massive.
Huge win. I mean, nobody saw the Netherlands demolishing Spain, but really, Costa Rica beating Uruguay? Come on.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, it was. I was just surprised. I mean, when they scored the first goal in the first half, I thought this was, God, this is going to be Uruguay's cruise control. They get to rest Suarez for the rest of the game and have him fresh for the next game against England. Wow. I'm still kind of in disbelief over that result.
Yeah, that throws that whole group into a funny whack with England and Italy currently drawn at 0-0 as far as I know. You don't want to be the team that loses this game now between England and Italy because it puts you into a must-win situation, whether you're facing Uruguay, who's now desperate to win, or you face Costa Rica, who's flying. That next game doesn't look good for either of those two teams. You don't want to come out of this game with 0 points now.
All right, well, let's wrap this up a little bit with brackets. Let's face it, we've all filled out a bracket. How are your guys' brackets doing? I know mine right now, essentially, if things are going to go the way they're going, essentially busted. It's pretty much busted.
Mine too. I mean, I have Spain and Brazil in the final. I still stick by Brazil. Spain, obviously, with the thrashing they took to the Netherlands. Obviously, like we were just talking about, it doesn't mean that that's the end of Spain and they're gonna be bounced out of their group. But it's not encouraging. So my bracket's not in terribly good shape as we speak right now.
Mine's not bad yet. I won't say I predicted the Costa Rica win. I predicted more of a draw in Spain and in Holland, but none of my teams are out as we get ready for the national anthem. But my Brazil-Argentina final is still very much a possibility.
Oof. I had Germany-Spain final. I'm hoping Germany still makes it.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that Germany is going to be the team to go home from the group of death.
Wow.
I would love to see that happen.
I think they're too comfortable. I think the press is too high on them, and they got some injuries, they got some age.
I would love to
and
see that
three
happen.
hungry teams that want to take them
That's
down.
true. That's true. All right, let's kick it off for now. We're going to go down to the field for the national anthems. Brian O'Connell will be back at halftime. We'll talk more soccer. Right now, he's going to go scout us, write a wonderful report later on. So, Brian, we thank you. We'll see you at halftime.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Number 1, Dominic DiMaggio.
I'll see you guys down. I'll be back up like right before halftime.
Number 18, Trent Lougheed. Number 8, Drew.
So, the Real Boston Rams today playing with 3 forwards, 3 midfielders, 4 defense, standard 4-4-3-3 formation. Kiesel Broom gets the start in goal, plays out of Providence College. Duff Bedrosian, defense, out of BU. Mitch Tainter, defense, out of Rutgers. Willis Griffiths, defense, Villanova. John Eckfords, defense number 12, out of Northeastern. Dom Machado starts in the midfield out of Providence College, along with Wilder Arboleta, also out of Providence College. Zico Lewis out of Boston College, who really has been the player to watch for the Rams lately. Fabio Machado gets a start at forward from Providence College again. Diego Tabarez, graduate from Franklin Pierce University, center forward. And Dominique Baji out of Boston University. Mike, what's your take on this starting lineup?
Well, it's a 4-3-3 again, just like last Saturday night down in New York. We didn't carry the game, so if you follow us via the YouTube feed, you did not see that. But we went with the 4-3-3 last week in New York, and it was very successful. Our possession style really allows us to play with 4-3-3. It allows our outside backs to really get forward and get into the attack. And up until this point, the teams in our division have had a hard time adjusting with the extra bodies that we are getting forward. So I think that the 4-3-3 works well for our team. We sit with 2 in the back of the 3 midfielders, so it's a triangle with Zico at the front and with Wilder and Dominic more as twin number 6s.
So against the Westchester Flames, we saw a different goalie take the net for the Real Boston Rams.
Yep.
Safe to say, Mike, that we're pretty deep in the goalie position?
Yeah, Nick Thompson played a fantastic game, maybe man of the match last week down in New York. Made a unbelievable save that he went to pull right out of the lower left-hand corner, got his hand down there, flew across the net, really preserved the shutout for us. So I don't think depth in goalkeeper is really going to be an issue this year for the Rams. Kiesel's back in goal tonight. But I think we'll be seeing some of Nick also as we go forward. I think you're going to see some time for both goalkeepers, as well as Kieran Nugent, our third goalkeeper, who's not too shabby either, out of Lehigh in the Patriot League. Very, very competitive Division I collegiate goalie.
We've definitely seen kind of what seems like a very solid midfield from the Rams. It seems you got your Wilder, your Dom, your Zico. They have not changed. That seems to be our core. Building around them, we have a lot of experienced guys. There's a Ruben Resendez who's starting on the bench for the Rams tonight. Played professional. Where do you think his head is at, knowing that he's on the bench? Is he here more as a supporting role, or what is it?
Ruben's a great leader. I mean, he is, like you said, he's a former professional. As we break away for the anthem, he's very mature, and he takes whatever role really the coaching staff gives him, and he'll be ready to go on if needed.
Now perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts fair. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, Mike, I think one thing, we need to talk about, new head coaches in this league usually start off kind of slow. It takes them a while to develop to the style of the play of the league. Hobie Hare doing fantastic right now for the Real Boston Rams.
Yeah, Hobie's really instilled his own style and hasn't really been concerned with how the other teams play, and that's really how we go into each game, the Rams. Not really concerned about the other team. We instill, our style of play and our system, and the other teams so far have struggled to adjust to us as opposed to the other way around.
Now, a lot of criticism I've heard this year thus far, as the Northeast Division in general, has there really been an upswing in the play from these other teams, or have we gone down because we've lost Ottawa?
I think it's pretty level. We lost Ottawa. Montreal came in, and we only saw them once. They were not at the level that Ottawa left us at. But we haven't, in fairness, we have not seen Montreal in Montreal. Westchester came into the division, and they've improved from last year. Seacoast has improved leaps and bounds this year, as well as CFC Azul and Western Mass are very strong. So I'd say the level in the division has gone up, but I think that the gap between the top team and the rest is smaller than it was with Ottawa in the division last year. Ottawa was virtually a professional team playing in this amateur division.
No doubt. Well, as we get ready to take the field action, Mike Agostinho will be leading the play-by-play, and I'll be doing my best Ray Hudson, I hope, to keep you guys entertained.
All right. And I'll say hello to my Facebook friend, Phil Sheen, who is Ray Hudson's play-by-play guy, since you mentioned Ray. I'm sure he's watching down in Miami and not watching Italy and England right now. And I know my wife's family has got the Italy-England game on, watching their beloved Azzurri, but with the volume off, listening to us right now. So
I hope so.
To everyone back home in central Massachusetts. Seacoast United is going to start with the ball. And we got to watch Anthony Grant, the striker for Seacoast United, former Michigan Buck. Top scorer on the team with 5 goals in 4 games this season. Second in our division only to Junior Alencar from the Western Mass Pioneers. And Grant is standing over the ball now. He's going to take the first touch. Classic 4-4-2 from Seacoast early on, and Zico's on the ball. Referee.
Looks like it was a handball.
Looks like we got a handball. Not really sure about that one. I thought the ball hit one of our arms to start the game, but it's the first free kick's going to go our way. Dominic Machado goes left to John Eckford. Eckford looks down the line. Back to Machado. Machado to Fabio Machado. The ball is lost. Seacoast has got it, and it's back on Fabio Machado, and he goes into 2 defenders, loses the ball. Number 2, Perez, comes out with it for the Seacoast United Phantoms. Looks for number 10, Carter. Carter's got the ball. He's going in towards the defense. Wilder Arboleta on the ball. Wilder, a great ball winner. One of the best we have in this division. And right now the play's a little bit sloppy in the middle third, but Seacoast is gaining territory. Carter on the ball. Carter looking to dance, but Duff Bedrosian wins it there, and he stays on it, and it's going to be a Real Boston throw-in. Ball comes into Dominique Baji. Baji blocks it and goes out. It's going to be a Seacoast United throw-in. Goff on the throw-in here for Seacoast United. Goes down the line looking for Carter. Goes out. And, okay. A couple of nervous moments there for the referee, John.
Nerdy mistake from the referee for sure.
He must be watching the World Cup and taking after our Japanese referee from Thursday. Eckford sends a diagonal ball long. Nobody really there running onto it. But Fabio's going to put a little bit of pressure on. The ball comes back to the middle. Willis Griffiths wins it. Couldn't keep hold of it. Seacoast on the ball now. Goes out of bounds, and it looks like we're going to have a throw-in.
Seacoast throw.
Agudo on the ball, throwing it in for the Phantoms. Ball comes back to him. He one-times it up the field, looking for Grant. Grant is on the ball again. He is the dangerous player, like I said, with 5 goals. So far, though, the Rams are winning the ball. But here we go. Zico Lewis loses it. Cross comes in. Bedrosian does well to get his body in front of Carter. Carter on the ball now, looking to turn. He turns. He's on the goal line, but runs out of room. The ball goes out of bounds, and Kiesel Broom is going to have a goal kick.
The lines, they're definitely tricky. They definitely trick
Absolutely.
your eyes.
When you play in the United States, John, you got to get used to all these
That is very
multicolored
true.
lines, especially on these all-weather artificial fields. The lines don't come up. Duff Bedrosian now along the right sideline, carries it inward. And Seacoast read that play. He was looking for Dominique Baji. Seacoast playing it out. Nice step there by Dominic Machado. Here it goes to Tabarez with the cross. And Fabio Machado gets on the end of it. Rams looking for a handball call. The referee's having none of it. The ball is played out, and it's on. The Seacoast United winger there, number 2, Perez. He's going to number 6, Simmons. Simmons plays it up. Carter is on it now. And Wilder Arboleta takes it into space. Now looks around, looks for his option. Plays back to Mitch Tainer. Tainer into Zico Lewis. Zico looking to play the ball forward. He's asking Duff to go. He puts the ball there. Duff didn't go. The ball goes out of bounds. Duff acknowledges it, asks for an apology, and gets back into his position. And now we've got a throw-in for the Seacoast United Phantoms. And it's one there, but it goes out of bounds, so it'll be a Real Boston throw-in. Duff Bedrosian. Bedrosian throws it into Dominique Baji. Dominique Baji still on the ball. Great work from the Senegalese striker out of Boston University. Wilbur Arboleta loses it there. Grant puts it in the air. Here comes Simmons down the field, but Willis Griffith is there to stop the ball. Zico Lewis now on the counterattack. Can he find an option? He plays a beautiful ball, but a slight deflection from Seacoast number 15, Chappett. Breaks up the long diagonal ball. And the goalkeeper, Dominic DiMaggio, has it in his hands, and he's looking to go forward now, slowing down the pace of the game. John Eckford wins it. Fabio Machado can't hold on to it. Seacoast now counterattacking with Perez. He brings it inside. Looks for Grant. Grant can't hold on to it. Eckford's got the ball. He's looking to play it out now, looking for options. Didn't really have any. Forced one to Baji, but the ball stays with the Rams. And here goes Diego Tabarez, looking for options also. Cuts inside, and he's going to win himself a free kick.
Beautiful dribble by Tabarez there.
Absolutely. He had Bedrosian breaking down the right side. The defender went to Bedrosian, opening just enough space for Diego to carry the ball towards goal. And now we got a nice free kick here. Dangerous free kick for the Rams. Looks like Tabarez is over it along with Dominic Machado. Although, John, I have to say I'd like Zico Lewis here. A left-footed shot
Absolutely.
from this spot.
And the kid has been on fire for the Rams.
Absolutely. Leads the team with 3 goals in 5 games. A couple of assists as well.
Oh,
And the effort goes over. Not a bad effort, though, by Diego Tabarez. Also left-footed effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, Real Boston is excited to announce our summer camp for boys and girls ages 7 to
fun
14
fact, Mike. All-time
in partnership
leading goal
with
scorer for the
Quinlan
Rams,
Nation.
Fabio Machado with 4 goals.
Absolutely.
2014.
It's funny because Zico's inching up on him.
He is. He's 1 goal away from tying it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, think he's going to do it.
Oh, yeah, I would expect Zico to put a few more goals on the board this season. Hopefully get a couple tonight.
Oof.
Should have been a handball there on Arboleta. Referee allows advantage to play. Here's Perez for Seacoast. Plays an early ball in towards Grant, over everybody's head and out for the goal kick. Hobie here giving some instructions here to Diego Tabarez. Diego acknowledging, agreeing. The ball is in play now with the short goal kick, and it's Willis Griffiths playing it out, carrying it. Plays a long ball towards Zico Lewis, but it was off target. The Seacoast recovers and quickly sends the ball back down the other end. Carter trying to run onto it, but Kieselbroom is there to scoop it up. And he rolls it out to Willis Griffiths, who finds Wilder Arboleta. John Eckford. Fabio Machado with a dummy there. The ball goes off of Seacoast United and goes out for a throw-in. Eckford switches the ball across the field for Duff Bedrosian. Duff to Machado, Dominic Machado, that is. Looking for options. Plays it to Mitch Tainer. Mitch switches it across the field again to his center back partner, Willis Griffith. Griffith finds Eckford. Very patient, the Rams early on here with possession. Eckford plays it all the way back to Kieselbroom. Seacoast is not pressuring. Going to allow the Rams to play it out and walk it out of their own end here.
Waiting for some mistakes from the
Yeah.
Rams. Keep it
Mitch
compact
Tainer.
in the back.
Tainer looking for Fabio Machado. Can't find the ball there. Lost it in the sun. It ends with Zico Lewis. Dominic Baggi plays it out wide to John Eckford. He's going to run onto it. He's going to cut inside. Now it's Fabio Machado looking for an option. Plays it to Zico Lewis, to Dominic Machado. And a poorly executed outside of the foot pass there by Dominic Machado. He's going to wish he had that back. Carter breaking forward for Seacoast, but Arboleta is there to break that down. And the Rams start up again. Willis Griffiths knocks the diagonal ball towards Diego Tabarez. Tabarez can't get by the defender, but wins a throw-in quickly to Dominic Machado. Dominic Machado coming in towards the box. Runs out of room there as the three Seacoast defenders close him down and don't allow him to get through. But Mitch Tainer recovers the ball quickly for the Rams, and he's going to have an effort from long range and miss by very little there, just wide. Great effort by the center back, Mitch Tainter.
Ball-playing center backs, Mike. Either you love them or you hate them.
Absolutely, and in the Real Boston Rams, it's required to be able to ball handle. That's the style that Hobie Hare has brought to us, and the team has responded very well to that style. And here's the goal kick from DiMaggio. It's over everybody's head. Bedrosian is going to draw the foul there as Grant goes through his back to try to get to the ball. It's a quick restart, as we're getting used to seeing with the Rams. Arboleta. Oh, he was looking for Duff Bedrosian. The ball did not get there. It was cut out by Seacoast. Here comes Seacoast, opening it up wide to Agudo. Agudo looking for the early cross. Plays it in. Grant is there, and Grant has got his 6th goal of the season. Seacoast United is on the board first, and it all comes from losing the ball there in the middle third in the counterattack.
Absolutely. Seacoast have been waiting for that all game so far. 10 minutes in, they got their chance. They took their chance.
Brilliant cross from the outside back there. Agudo, the number 19 for Seacoast. And Anthony Grant shows why he's got so many goals so early in this season.
Class player.
Big acquisition from the Seacoast United Phantoms to pick him up from the Michigan Bucks.
It's not the same Seacoast as it was last year, that's for sure.
The Rams find themselves behind early in this one. And Perez is on it again. Seacoast looking to go forward again. Grant looking to turn, loses control. The referee is going to give a free kick here. Looks like Eckford may have had a hand up on his back. And Agudo is ready to send another early cross on this free kick from the... No, Agudo is going to go upfield. Carter, one of the forwards, coming all the way back to take this free kick. Looks like he's going to put a left-footed in-swinger into the box. Well, John, the Rams are going to have to adjust quickly and forget about that goal and get back to playing their game.
Well, I mean, that's definitely the case. How are the Rams going to pick themselves up? We saw them go down against the Westchester Flames at home, and unfortunately that ended in a loss, hoping it's not the same thing here. Very good header by number 18 on Seacoast. They are threatening right now.
Yeah, Longheen really close to doubling the lead there, and the marking's got to improve in the back, I think, right now. We're letting their attackers get into the gaps and get on the end of these crosses. And now Willis Griffiths knocks a long ball that goes out of bounds. Not really our game to knock the ball long like that. We got to find Arboleta, find Dominic Machado and Zico Lewis and put the ball in their feet so that they can create to get the Rams back into this game. A little bit of a shock start to the game for the Rams. Another cross knocked in. Eckford wins the header. A little bit of a miscommunication, though, by the Rams there as to who was going to play to that ball.
Jonathan Eckford actually coming to us from Seacoast United this year.
Playing his former club right now. You got to hope that he wants a good result here tonight against his former club.
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't want his friends making fun of him later on.
Here's Dominic Machado to Arboleta. Eckford wide open down the left. Arboleta's going to switch it to him. I think the speed of play has to increase just a little bit here for the Rams, John.
Absolutely.
Everything's coming off a little slower than we're used to. Here's Perez. Playing it to Anthony Grant. Grant working hard there, keeping it in bounds back. This is Agudo. Agudo plays a long switch, diagonal ball for Carter. Carter wins the touch, gets by Duff Bedrosian, and he's into the attack now, looking to get in the box. He takes it in, plays across, but Willis Griffith is there to block it. Ball's going to go out for a Seacoast throw.
Easy to say right now, Mike. I think Seacoast definitely wants this more.
Yeah, Seacoast right now playing a very simple game, very direct game, and having a lot of success with knocking the ball forward quickly and catching the Rams out of position a little bit. Cross comes in. Griffith is there, looking for someone to play it to. Plays it to Lewis. Zico Lewis plays it to Diego Tabarez. All kinds of space. He's got the one-on-one here. Diego goes through the middle. He's got a man, but the pass does not come off as he would have liked. Agudo breaks it up. Here comes Seacoast again. Goff with the ball, plays it up for Carter. Very simple runs coming from Carter and Grant. They're making their runs diagonal from the inside out towards the corner. And they're generating chances with it, as you see there.
Absolutely. They're simple runs, but boy, are they difficult for us to defend right now.
Yeah, the back line's really got to sort out their marks and really got to communicate better so that they can switch up the marking on those kind of plays. Here's Dominic Machado to Diego Tabarez. Back to Dominic Machado. Back to Diego Tabarez, looking for someone to play it to forward. Has nothing. Has to go to Arboleta. Arboleta switches the point of attack. John Eckford's got it on the left sideline. Here's Fabio Machado now appearing in the middle, giving it to Dominic Baji. Zico Lewis, back to Baji. Baji's going to have a shot, but it's going to go wide. DiMaggio had the corner covered had it been on frame, but it goes wide. It's going to be a Seacoast goal kick now. Dom DiMaggio with the goal kick. And an update from Brazil. It is 1-1, England and Italy right now at halftime.
Wow.
Little bit of a surprise. Goals from Claudio Marchisio and Daniel Sturridge. I
guess 1-1 is what you get when Gigi Buffon is not in net.
Yeah, it's been a generation since someone else has played goalie for Italy. So.
Well, it's like they've been saying. They've had 15 years to find a replacement.
Yeah.
Come on.
Perez plays it back to Agudo. We'll keep you updated on that game at the World Cup. Here's Agudo. He plays it to Perez. Perez stays on side. First time cross, but Kieselbroom is ready for it. Comes out, scoops it up. Now he's looking to play it quick, but he does not have any options. Has to roll it out. Mitch Tainer now looking forward. Here it goes to Duff Bedrosian. Bedrosian with the bad first touch loses the ball. And it's back into the midfield now. Baji fighting for it, but it's going to come down for Seacoast there. Longheen's got the ball, fighting with Tabarez. Tabarez wins it, plays it back to Willis Griffith. Zico Lewis knocks it out to Eckford. Eckford is going to carry. He's going to go down that left sideline. Seacoast giving him the space to carry. Now closed down by Agudo. Plays it back to Machado. Machado to Arboleda. Arboleda to Baji. Baji to Tabarez. Back to Baji. Here's Baji still on it. Zico Lewis plays an early cross, but to no avail. Ball goes out the end line for a goal kick to Seacoast United.
Not really what I was expecting. I mean, we've seen Zico Lewis take that ball and run with it to try and score. I'm a little shocked that he took that on a pass.
Yeah, he tried to play the early cross, and I think that Fabio Machado was in there, but well marked. It was going to be a 50-50 at best. Not one of Zico's best decisions so far, but at least starting to get the touches for those key Rams players. You're going to hope that the play will increase now as they continue to get touches and get into this game.
Absolutely.
The ball goes out here for a throw-in. Seacoast, number 8, Goff, is going to take the throw. That is Droy Goff. Plays it in to Simmons, who finds Grant. Grant to Carter. Carter switches it first time. Kiesel Broom off his line to get it. Perez was making the run in, but Kiesel read it all the way. Here's Arboleda. Arboleda going across the field, plays it back to Griffiths. Griffiths to Zico Lewis. Zico out wide to Eckford. Eckford inside to Dominic Machado. Back to Zico Lewis. Zico looking to go long again. He's going to Fabio Machado, who can't bring it down. It's headed back towards goal, and DiMaggio has got all day to pick it up. He's going to pick it up now as Baji applies light pressure.
Fabio Machado, I mean, do you expect him to – he's got to keep running after that one.
You would expect him, yes, to at least put some pressure on the back line there to hopefully force a mistake, as Perez forces a mistake there on Eckford. And we got a foul. Perez goes down. He's holding his right above his shin. The referee checking him out, seeing if he's okay. Another dangerous free kick, and he's calling over John Eckford.
I mean, definitely a foul, but it was a push in the back. Yellow card, meh.
Well,
professional foul.
John Eckford's going to go in the book. He's going to be the first player to go in the book tonight. You never want your back line in the book this early. He's now got 70 minutes to not do that again. So you can expect that Seacoast is going to run at him now, knowing that he's going to be a little bit on eggshells here. Terrence Carter is going to deliver the free kick here into the box. The last one was very dangerous. Remember that Seacoast got ahead on the play. Knocked it wide. This time they're going to play it short. Here goes Carter with the driven ball, and Kiesel Broom is ready for it. Kiesel punts it out. He's got Zico, but Zico is in between two Seacoast defenders, unable to win it. The ball is knocked back towards the midfield, and it is played around. It's in the air right now. Diego trying to bring it down, can't. Seacoast ends up with it. Now the loose ball ends up with Diego Tabarez, who plays it to Dominic Machado. Machado to Zico Lewis. Zico going towards the touchline. Finds Dominic Machado. Machado plays it back to Eckford. Eckford inside to Arboleda. Arboleda now looking for his options. Plays it to Tainter. Mitch Tainter with space in front of him. Doesn't see anything. He's going to have to force one forward. It takes a deflection off of Terrence Carter. Goes out. It'll be a Real Boston throw in here. And I'm just not seeing the movement off of the ball right now. The Rams are getting into the attacking third and then finding very little options when they get there.
They're not looking as sharp as they have these past couple games.
Assistant referee flags for a foul there on Baji. Well, the last two games on the road, the Rams picked up the maximum 6 points on those two games. Now returning home, where the last home game was a defeat, finding themselves behind again. Ball is played up towards midfield. One on by Longreen. Longreen, he goes up again with Machado. Ends up with Eckford. Eckford knocks it forward through the two defenders. Here goes Fabio Machado with space in front of him.
That
But
has to be. You would expect a yellow card
you
here.
would expect a yellow card. He may not have been the last defender, but he was very close to being the last defender.
You would think that if Eckford's is going to get a yellow
Yeah,
card.
you would.
But, of course, nope.
Fabio seemed to have daylight in front of him, able to carry it into the box, was cut down by the Seacoast United defense. And we've got a free kick here, a direct kick for the Rams, about 35 yards outside.
I mean, absolute defensive lapse by Seacoast.
Yeah.
You're a Boston Rams fan. You're hoping that happens many more times.
Yes. Almost looked like in cartoons, John, where two guys run into each other and fall, and the ball goes between the two of them.
Hey, that's what I love to see from the other team.
All right, who's going to – this could be Zico. This could be Dominic Machado. Could be Diego taking this. All three of them standing over the ball. It's going to be Zico, but it's not enough pace on it. The goalkeeper, DiMaggio, was able to get over to the corner and catch it standing up.
Floated right into his hands.
Floated right into his hand. Not enough power there, but the placement was good, but not at all enough pace on the ball.
Now Fabio's pressing.
And we got Simmons carrying it forward. Simmons is going to play it wide to
Off,
Perez.
absolutely.
The flag goes up for offside. Perez doesn't like the call. The Rams are just going to play. They're going to go right at the position where he should be. Here's Dominic Machado playing it to Dominique Badji. Badji, one-on-one. Plays it back to Dominic Machado. Machado into Zico Lewis. Zico looking for options. Plays it towards the middle. Nobody's there. A little bit hurried there, but Bedrosian is going to have the ball. He's going to play it to Arboleda. Back to Bedrosian. The Rams have it under control here. Dominic Machado with tons of space in front of him. Plays it wide. Badji. Badji is going to head towards the box. Play it into Dominic Machado, who tries to
Dummies it to the keeper.
Dummy it. Nobody was running on, and I don't think he got the touch he was looking for.
No.
I think he was trying to knock it around his defender and run onto it. But a little bit better here from the Rams now, starting to create something as Willis Griffith wins the ball. The ball is coming out towards the touchline. Nice
Beautiful
touch there
Tabarez.
by Tabarez. Badji. Badji's going to play it. It's stopped by Chapit, the defender for Seacoast United. Bedrosian throws it in. Arboleda's on the ball. Arboleda to Bedrosian. Bedrosian still on it. He keeps it. Though he made a mistake, the ball ended up staying with him. Here's Zico Lewis. Machado. Machado to Eckford. Eckford with space. Stands on the ball. Now he carries. Headed towards the box. Plays it towards the center. Here's Tabarez. Tabarez couldn't get a clean enough touch. Gave Seacoast enough time to close it down and block the shot there. Terrence Carter sends it forward for Anthony Grant. Mitch Tainer has the position. Plays it back to Kiesel Broom. Kiesel one-times it out of the box. And the ball is now in the midfield on Longheen. Longheen plays it, but loses it. Here it is now with Zico Lewis. Lewis looking for an option, looking for Fabio Machado. Deflected, the ball's playing towards the corner. Here's DiMaggio, the goalkeeper, playing it out first time. Bedrosian and Carter fighting for it. The ball finds its way to Anthony Grant, back to Carter. Carter with the switch, looking for Perez. Perez and Eckford collide. And the referee is going to give the free kick to the Rams. The Rams play quickly. The referee calls them back too quickly for the referee's liking.
Yeah, a little too quick for him. Must not be up to this speed of play yet.
Willis Griffith to Mitch Tainer along the midfield line. Mitch Tainer carrying, looking for an option here. Dribbles right to Zico Lewis. Zico kind of got in his way there. You want to either make that pass or have your teammate get out of the way.
Yeah.
Either happened there.
You
No
pass
harm
it or
done,
you call
though.
him off.
Ball goes out of play. It's a Rams throw-in. Griffiths throws it back to Kiesel Broom. Kiesel switches the ball over to Eckford. Eckford with the touch to Arboleda. Arboleda looking for his options. He sees Zico Lewis open in the middle. Zico to Fabio Machado. Fabio now with the one-on-one with Simmons. Plays it to Dominic Badji. Badji gets it. Plays a nice ball to Tabarez. Tabarez took too long to get a shot there, I think.
You got to one-time that, Mike. You got to one-time
Closed down by Brewster. Brewster tried to play it out. Tabarez defended him well, but the ball goes out across the goal line, and we have another goal kick for The Seacoast United Phantoms.
It's rough. The chances are coming.
They are coming.
They're going to put one away eventually. You just
speed-
hope once they put one, they're going to put more than one away.
The speed of play not there yet for the Rams. It's getting there, but like you said, you'd like to see that done a little bit quicker before the defender can close it down. But if you take the last 10 minutes as a sample, it's been a better 10 minutes than the previous
Absolutely.
20. So the Rams are gaining confidence and growing in this game right now, growing influence. Here we go. Tabarez is going to be taken down from behind there, clipped in the heels.
Tabares has been all over the pitch tonight.
Quick restart. Zico Lewis, Wilder Arboleta, Arboleta to Lewis. Lewis looking back to Arboleta. Arboleta. John Eckford's wide open down the left. Does he see him? He does now as he plays it out to John Eckford. Seacoast, though, with 10 men behind the ball right now, with only Grant up ahead of it. Got to find the channels now to pass it through. Here goes Eckford. He's going to try to carry it, but he's going to run in to the defensive line, and Seacoast is coming out again with Simmons. Simmons to Agudo. Agudo plays a quick ball in towards Grant, but Kiesel Broom picks it up quickly. Kiesel's going to look for an option. Another short rollout to Willis Griffiths. Wilder Arboleta. Arboleta with time. Going to play it across to Mitch Tainer. Tainer. He's going to play it to Bedrosian. Bedrosian plays it inside to Tabarez. Tainer continuing his run. Great ball from Tabarez. Tainer on the goal line is going to win a throw-in.
Beautiful job by Tainer winning that throw-in.
Absolutely. Kids watching at home, that is how you continue your run after
Absolutely.
making your pass.
Especially as a center back.
Yes.
Just goes to show you, PKs are not rare. Ugh,
No.
saved.
It's the modern game, John. All 11 players have to be able to attack, all
Absolutely.
11 to defend. DiMaggio will punt it out, taking his time. We're at the half-hour mark here at Veterans Stadium. Eckford wins it. Here's Arboleta to Machado. Dominic Machado looking for Zico Lewis. He gets it through, but the ball was played a little bit too hard. Zico,
complaining he was held there.
yeah, he may have been impeded there by the big center back from the Seacoast United Phantoms. Referee not interested.
Well, let's face
DiMaggio
it,
is
they're not going to call it
is
if you're
gonna-
not going to fall.
Well, that is, with all the criticism on our game about falling, some of it needs to go on to the officiating for not calling fouls unless players fall.
Right.
Grant
Offsides.
way offside.
Didn't play the ball, though.
No. Here's Mitch Tainer. Again. Mitch Tainer plays it, looking for Bedrosian. Ball dies there on the head of the Seacoast defender. Seacoast quickly countering. Terrence Carter, is he going to get to this? He is going to get to it. He's on the inline. Gives it into
Everybody there
Perez,
for
wide
Seacoast.
open. Perez
Ugh.
wide on the short post.
And 4 players from the Boston Rams up at midfield.
Yeah.
This is a problem that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, when you lose the ball in your defensive third, it's going to be very hard to get players back to defend. Bedrosian now on it, gives it to Zico Lewis. Lewis looking for space, takes it towards the middle of the field. There's Dominic Machado. Machado to Fabio Machado. Fabio Machado running onto it. There's the Providence connection, connects there, but the referee's assistant, Vasque Progi, a friend of mine actually, puts his flag up and says that the ball went out. Here's Seacoast again, Anthony Grant. Seacoast looks to go in one direction and one direction only, and that's forward. And right now the Rams are struggling to cope with that. Here's Zico Lewis. Beats 2 men. Zico still with it. Plays a beautiful through ball to Fabio. Fabio plays it across. Dominic Machado. It's blocked by Dominique Baggi unintentionally. I think he hit him square in the back with that shot.
Absolutely unintentional there.
Great bit of play there from the Rams, though. Great bit of combination play. Nice through ball. Fabio Machado driving it on the ground. Right onto Dominic Machado's foot.
It's coming.
It's
coming.
You have to believe it is, Rams fans. This is a side that has not given up when they've been down in the past.
Is that Lewis slow to
We
go
got
up?
Zico Lewis getting up a little bit slowly.
Not good to see a player of Zico Lewis's caliber slow to get up.
Looks like he'll walk it off.
You hope so. Rub some dirt on it. Or
Yeah.
on this turf field, those little black
Those
pellets.
little rubber pellets. Ben Brewster going to take the free kick here for Seacoast United. Up 1-0, 33rd minute here at Veterans Stadium. Second place, Real Boston Rams taking on the third place Seacoast United Phantoms. Earlier today, CFC Azul moved into first place with a 2-1 win over Vermont Voltage, knocking the Rams to second place for the time being. 3 points here tonight. If we can turn this around, will put us right back atop the table as we get ready to welcome our cross-state rivals Wednesday night here for the Massachusetts Derby when Junior Allen Carr and the Western Mass Pioneers come to Veterans Stadium. For now, it's Zico Lewis on the ball again, looking okay. Giving it to Dominic Machado with a lot of space. Dominic carrying. Fabio Machado now on the left side, looking to cut into his right shooting foot.
He's there.
Perez knew all about it, but Fabio keeps the ball. Here's Eckford. Eckford to Lewis. Lewis going to play it to Arboleta. Rams looking to swing it around. Here it is to Machado. Plays it in. Knocked out, but Dominic Machado now on it. Plays it all the way back to Willis Griffiths. Willis plays a through ball. Almost got through. John Eckford was on the run there. But Seacoast now controlling it in the midfield, carrying it up.
Eckford's got to get back now.
Eckford does got to get back. And here's Grant again, playing a diagonal ball that did not come off as he would have hoped. Kieselbroom plays it to Wilder Arboleta. Arboleta gets it back from Machado. Tainer. Dominic Machado. One time that he's hit from behind.
Absolutely. Come on. This has to be a yellow card.
Andre
sure enough,
Simmons goes into the book for Seacoast United. Coming in from behind, stepping on the Achilles of Dominic Machado.
It's been a long time coming.
Dominic looks like he's going to be okay. He's up. He's walking it off.
Issued a yellow card to Seacoast United's number 6, Andre Simmons.
Dominic's been getting a lot of touches. Perhaps Simmons is trying to send a message there with that.
Absolutely.
With that
Rough him
foul.
up, see how he responds.
There's Machado. Carter plays the ball up, looking for Grant. The ball is now in possession of the Rams. Zico Lewis
Beautiful
nutmegs.
5-hole.
He megs Perez. Here's Eckford down the left, looking for options. Gives it to Fabio Machado. Fabio Machado across the field to Duff Bedrosian. Duff one time to Diego Tabarez. Tabarez looking, plays it in to Baji. Baji turns again, plays it out to Duff Bedrosian. Can't get there, but the Rams keep possession. The ball is on Bedrosian. Bedrosian with a nice cross. Cleared out by Seacoast, but it only as far as Dominic Machado. Arboleta. Lewis. Lewis is going to tee it up. Machado's going to get a touch, and it's going to go just wide.
Missed it by a coat of paint,
And
Mike.
it looks like the keeper made a save because the referee has given a corner kick.
Oh, okay. That's
Looks like-
respectable then.
It looks like DiMaggio made a save on Fabio Machado's redirect there.
2-1 for the Azzurri. Super Mario Balotelli.
Super Mario.
I know your wife is happy about this one, Mike.
I'm sure she is. Ball driven in.
Oh,
And it goes out for a
Goal
goal
kick.
kick. Super Mario getting on the board in Manaus. And let me just say, I've heard that word pronounced a million ways this week by the international media. It is Manaus.
it is Manaus.
1st to 24th from 9 a.m. to noon at
Stadium that will host a very important
Oh, off a header.
header from Super Mario Balotelli. Poor marking there. I bet that was Smalling marking him.
I mean, really, you could say it was probably any of the English defenders.
www.bostonrams.com.
I am one Man U supporter that does not care for Smalling. I'm sure there are many others. Here's Baji. Plays it to Tabarez. A little too hard, but it gets through to Bedrosian. Bedrosian comes central with it. Looking for options. Sees nothing but blue shirts, and they end up winning it out. And here comes Terrence Carter. But it's won by Arboleta. Arboleta to Tabarez. He's going to be taken down by
Free kick.
That is not Simmons. Sorry, that is Goff. Here is Dominic Machado playing it all the way across the field to Eckford. Eckford looking. Still Eckford. Plays it into Lewis. Lewis making that diagonal run towards the corner. Lewis with 2 men on his back looking for something. Does a good job to win a corner there by Zico Lewis. Bermuda International, Zico Lewis.
Bermudan International. That
Per
is true.
his Wikipedia page, he has a cap for the Bermuda national team.
2 Bermuda national team players on us.
On our roster,
On
absolutely.
our roster.
Former captain and Revolution star Connell Smith, the other not dressing tonight. And Machado plays it in. That's a good ball. Tainter's there. Tainter gets ahead on it. Back towards goal. It gets out, and here goes Simmons. Simmons is breaking. He's
It's
got
a 2-on-2. 3-on-2.
He's going to play the
Oh,
diagonal
boy.
ball to Perez.
Oh,
Perez
boy.
is in. He's onside. It's Perez and Broom. Perez dribbles. Broom. And Perez is going to score, ladies and gentlemen. And this is...
And there goes the... How do the Rams come back now? I'm just going to throw it out there. Horrible defending by the Boston Rams.
Well, it was our own corner. It got knocked out, and we didn't have the bodies back. And then I'm going to give Simmons credit for a very good through ball there.
Absolutely. But you think at that point, midfield,
Yeah.
we had a body. Take the professional foul.
You would
You
hope so.
have to. At that point, with 2 guys springing forward, you would think you have to take a foul.
Well, this is going to be a test of character here for the Rams. Let's see how they come back from down 2 now to the Seacoast United Phantoms.
A team which the Boston Rams have never lost to.
Yeah, absolutely. In club history, we are 1-0-1 with this Seacoast United Phantoms. But right now, their speed is causing us problems. Here's Bedrosian. Mitch Tainer plays it down the line. Here's Baji. Baji with the defender on his back turns it into Fabio Machado. Fabio through the defender.
Penalty. Has to
Taken
be.
Down. The
Has to
referee's
be.
not even looking.
Unbelievable call. What is this, the World Cup? I mean, come on. That
The
is a
referee
clear.
turns his head the other way and says no way. And now, to add insult to injury, he's going to call a ticky-tack foul on Mitch Tainer in midfield. Anthony Grant is going to stay down for a little while. He's going to hold his hamstring here. He knows that there's 5 minutes left in the half, and there's nothing
Yeah,
Seacoast
and he's
wants
fine.
more than to get into the locker room with this 2-0 result.
Now, here's my theory. Horrible penalty call for Brazil at the World Cup. Fabio Machado's Brazilian goes down on the box. Clear penalty. Ref doesn't call it. Everything's offset. There we go.
If you want to look at it that way. Not much consolation for us, and I don't think Brazil's too worried about that deal.
Hey, it all makes sense somehow.
Yeah.
Michael Heichel Real Estate.
Well, Grant's staying down. Trainer looking at him.
I mean, you hope he's not seriously hurt, but at this point, you have to honestly think he's just killing time.
That the experienced player that he is, that wouldn't surprise anybody. I think just about any player in his
Especially with
situation
his
right now
smiles
would
and
know.
high fives coming
Yeah.
off to the sidelines. Waste of time tactic. Smart tactic, but still a waste of time tactic.
Very quiet here at Veterans Stadium now with the Rams down 2-0. Despite the fact that the Flag Day parade should be coming by any minute.
Well, I was just going to say, eventually it won't be quiet.
Yeah. Here's Carter. Carter with the outside of his left foot. Blocked by Arboleta. Referee says play on as Carter goes down. Seacoast keeps possession. Here's Perez, goal scorer on that last one. Perez gets it back. Perez with another shot. Can Boston keep this out in? Eckford keeps it from going out. Plays it to Lewis. Lewis to Machado. Machado plays it up. Ball now on Zico Lewis. Zico Lewis with a brilliant ball for Dominic Baji. Baji with 1 man to beat. Can he do it? Seacoast gets help back. Baji gets a
But look at that. 5 defenders get
Yeah.
back.
You have to give credit to Seacoast and their ability to track. You're seeing a lot more speed as far as getting back defensively from the Phantoms right now.
Absolutely.
And I think perhaps the Rams caught up a little bit in last year's results with the Phantoms. A little confident tonight, and rightfully so, but perhaps they slept on this one a little bit too much. Here's Carter playing it in. Machado,
Ooh.
even though he handled it, not
I'll
called.
take it.
Here goes Zico Lewis. Zico cannot.
Come on, Zico.
He cannot beat the defender. And quickly, as
This
you
is
see,
something.
Route 1, right back up the gut. Mitch Tainter's going to win it, knock it off
Constantly,
of Grant.
you're seeing Duff Bedrosian not being quick enough to get back.
Duff is having his difficulties today. He is the Boston University sophomore to be, outside back.
And they are pressing him, Mike. I think
They
they
are.
They've been
Here's
exploiting Duff.
Eckford. They have stayed away from Eckford,
Yes.
interestingly enough, even though he's carrying the yellow card.
Well, I think it's one of those things where they know what he can do. He's come from them. He knows them. Attack Duff.
Yeah, that's a very good point. In a way, a great testament of respect to John Eckford
Absolutely.
coming from his former club. Griffiths wins it, but the referee
Oh.
says he's got his hands on his back. That's a funny one, John, because you see that in just about every 50-50 ball. And
Yep.
half the time it's called, half the time it's not. Anyhow, you can't have your hands up around the player's shoulder. He's always going to see that. Simmons now to knock this free kick in the middle third here.
And you can hear in the background, the cops are getting ready for this Flag Day Parade Festival.
It's Flag Day here in Quincy. And Carter takes a swipe at Bedrosian.
Complete
Referee
swipe.
calls it.
Where is the yellow
Here it
card?
comes. Here he's gonna. Is he really gonna just
He's
let
just
him get
giving
away
it-
with the talking?
It was a complete kick, and nothing comes out of that. That, to me, a complete shame. It's showing how, I'm just going to say, how bad this referee really is.
Well, you go back to the yellow card that John Eckford saw, and that was much less of an offense than that deliberate.
I mean, the ball was nowhere
Sweep.
nowhere
That was a-
near that.
That was a mixed martial arts style.
It really
sweep there.
was.
Rams telling the referee they're not happy, but Wilder Arboleta calming his teammates down. He's going to handle the discussions with the referee.
I mean, he's a model professional. Look at
He
him.
is.
He's got his shirt tucked in.
Yep.
How many players do you see with their shirt tucked in now?
At this stage of the game. And a mistake
Bad
there from
giveaway.
Griffith. Perez has the ball. Perez. Agudo coming into the box. Arboleta's there again. Griffith plays it. A nice ball into space for Dominic Machado. He's going to want to turn it quick. We're in the final minute here of the first half, Veterans Stadium. Machado loses it there, but he's going to work for it back. Carter's going to win it. Carter to Perez. Perez plays it wide. Here's Agudo. And there's the long ball towards Grant, but Vasquez Progi with his flag up for offside. The referee's assistant on the far side today.
I just want to warn the viewers at home, no, there is not a serious incident taking place. We are having a Flag Day parade. Those are all the sirens you're hearing in the background. Do not think something's going wrong. This is Quincy.
Hancock Street in Quincy here is being cleared. We apologize for the noise if it is coming through the broadcast. Eckford's got the ball. Here's Zico. And the pass did not come off sharp enough. Grant's got the ball again. Grant can't keep it from Wilder Arboleta. Here's Eckford. Eckford is going to keep the ball. Zico plays it to Tabarez. Tabarez takes a little knock in the back.
Things
keeps
like that.
playing.
Oh,
By
see, this perfect example. Things like that.
Yeah.
Tabarez falls down, free kick Rams. Other thing happens the other way.
Agudo goes down
Seacoast
very
falls.
quickly, and the
Free
referee.
kick. Smart plays. These are what these players don't get. They're told
Yeah.
always, stay on your feet, stay on your feet. You fall down, you're getting that foul.
That is sad but true. That is the state of the game at this current moment in the soccer world. FIFA taking a lot of heat, and rightfully so, for the way the game is officiated today. Here goes Zico, but he can't get by Agudo. Agudo has had their number all day. Griffiths wins the ball. And not what he meant to do there, but
You would think not. But
that's a
halftime
much
here.
welcomed halftime whistle there for both teams, I think.
Absolutely, and the big thing is, how do the Rams come out in the second half? You got to press.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to throw some caution to the wind and try to go forward.
But Drosian, is he hurt? I mean, that was a vicious karate kick that he took. And he's been one of the weaker links on this team thus far. Does Hobie think about taking him out and replacing him with a experienced player like a Ruben Resendez?
We'll see what Coach decides to do.
It'll be interesting for
We'll
sure.
see if we're going to add a man in midfield or anything.
Yes.
I'm going to go into the locker room and
Well,
listen.
Mike, I will see you.
Listen to this
Start of the second
halftime
half.
talk, and I will see you. Enjoy Brian O'Connell here at halftime.
Yes. It's halftime here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The drums are in the background. It's Flag Day. We're having a parade. Fireworks are set to go off later. You just got to hope that the Real Boston Rams can grab the win. So the fireworks, it's like a little something special for us. I'm joined now, once again, Brian O'Connell from New England Soccer Today, probably the smartest soccer guy you'll see in New England itself. Brian's here to talk about first half of the Rams. We're here to talk about New England soccer and the World Cup with Super Mario scoring a goal to give Italy the 2-1 lead over England. Brian, let's kick it off with, while these great drums and bands are hanging out in the background, let's kick it off with first half, your thoughts as a soccer analyst.
Yeah, Real has Boston has the better of the play. It's just that Seacoast is really playing the counterattack really, really well. They're really taking advantage of catching Boston off guard, and it's working to great effect. They've scored 2 goals off the break. Last one coming in the 39th minute on really on a play that found Boston short a man down going back. So it was the Seacoast is really using that method of attack to really get on the board, and they've used it really well so far through the first half. So if it's me, I'm looking to impress upon the players that they've got to be a little bit better on the reaction when those breaks come forward. So hopefully they can do that and find a couple of goals to level it up.
Well, Brian, I think you said it perfectly, and me myself, I don't hide this at all. I am a Jose Mourinho guy, and Seacoast United are playing perfect Jose Mourinho football, and that is keeping guys back, 10 players back, 1 player forward, perfect counterattack. I hate to see it because it's against the Boston Rams. I love to see it because it's one of my favorite styles of play. I'm a little conflicted, but like you said, Boston, we would be fine if we could get the players back quick enough. We're not getting them back quick enough, and that is really the problem. You see Duff Bedrosian, the right defender, kind of lagging around midfield sometimes. He's not tracking back his runs. You see the midfield not tracking back. I mean, Wilder Arboleda has been perfect getting back, but other than him, midfield is staying high up. We keep 4 or 5 guys up all the time. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, and what's not helping is the fact that Boston is creating chances. They're getting Fabio Machado involved. They're getting Zako Lewis involved, and they're getting chances in the final third. It's just they're lacking that final ball. The final ball hasn't really been there because they are finding chances. And Seacoast United's goalkeeper is getting a little bit of work. But if you're not going to be able to execute in the final third, you have to be better on defense in order to keep it a 0-0 game. So, and to preserve and to keep it that way. So then that way, when you do find that chance, you can go up ahead. So, the Rams are kind of being hurt by the fact that they are they are kind of falling into they are kind of like getting lulled a little bit by the fact that they're getting so far forward, and then all of a sudden, boom, Phantoms come out and they break, and they're getting lots of space to operate because they have committed so many numbers forward. So in addition to obviously being more reactive to that in the second half, they also have to make sure that they seize upon those final chances. Those chances in the final third.
Now let's talk about one more thing before we move into New England soccer
Sure.
in general. A hot topic, mainly because I'm making it a hot topic, because that is my goal, to make this a hot topic, is hitting the ground as a soccer player. Perfect example we saw today would be Zico Lewis on the ball, gets his legs chopped out from under him, stands up, keeps staying up. Ball is gone. It's at Seacoast. No foul called. Then you see on the wraparound, Seacoast gets a little nudge, hits the ground, foul. Now, I know United States mentality. A lot of coaches bring up your kids. Don't hit the ground. It's not nice. Don't do it. Stay on your feet.
Yep.
Keep playing. Rams start hitting the ground. How many free kicks do they get out of this? Seacoast has been doing a perfect flop job.
It's really reading the referee. That's really what it boils down to. If you're seeing that the other side is getting those calls by just simply falling, then that's the game you have to play. You have to, as much as you want to play your own game, you also have to play to the way the ref is officiating. And you're right. It is the American mentality. Don't fall. You keep going until you can't go anymore. But at the same time, if you're looking at this game, and like you mentioned, you are looking to see that the referee is awarding maybe softish, free kicks and restarts. It's something that the Rams have to kind of be more cognizant of, so they can do the same. Because if the referee is going to call it both ways, then you kind of have to say, okay, well maybe after observing that, we need to kind of maybe not try so hard afterward. You kind of have to play to the referee. I'm not advocating flopping. I'm just saying that you have to play the way that you kind of have to tune your game in your mentality to the way that the referee is officiating. And right now, the referee is kind of calling a lot of ticky-tack fouls.
Yes, it's not smart to stay on your feet if the ref is going to call soft fouls.
Exactly.
It's just
exactly.
not.
Yep.
So, American mentality. Let's switch it now. We'll do World Cup. USA plays Monday against Ghana, 6:00. You've been following the USA team.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Here's a guy who's Jurgen Klinsmann taken the American mentality, flipped it on its head, and said, "No, thank you, Landon Donovan."
Yeah. It's. To this day, I still feel that the move was wrong, and I know that we talked about before the game the old mentality of keeping the guys that got you there and keeping the guys that have given that program success in the past, and to a certain extent, I do agree with cutting ties with guys. Cutting ties with guys that haven't just really offered much in the last few years, but at the same time have kind of been a security blanket over those years. But to me, and this kind of goes back to another issue that I have with the 23 that Clinton is breaking, is the fact that if you're not going to bring Landon, but you're going to bring Julian Green, and Julian Green to me is not ready for World Cup.
Right.
And to me, the whole point is you need to bring 23 players that are ready to play in a World Cup. And to me, Julian Green isn't ready to play in a World Cup. Landon Donovan is ready to play in a World Cup, and I think he's a guy that he's not going to start. He's just not going to start, and that's fine, and I think a lot of people accept that. But he is a guy that you can bring into a 0-0 game or a 1-1 game, a game that you need maximum points out of, or a game that you need a goal from if you're down a goal. And he's a guy that you can eject into the attack immediately, and you're going to get something. Doesn't mean you're going to get a goal, but he increases your chances by being on the field. So to me, it's something that I still don't agree with. I think a lot of people still have a hard time struggling with it. Because I don't see, especially in this kind of group, especially with these opponents, you need every attacking option. You need basically it's a roll call for the best players. And to me, to bring Julian Green instead of Landon Donovan, just to me doesn't make sense.
So let's take two scenarios here.
Let's do it.
Julian Green comes in.
Yep.
Let's say 2 games in the group stages, scores both games, super sub. Right? Super sub comes in, tells everyone, I'm Julian Green.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. How does that fare with now? Do the U.S. supporters start being like, oops?
Well,
Like, you're right.
Yeah, I think a lot of us will be eating crow if that happens, because here you have. I mean, Julian Green. Let's face it. Julian Green is a 4th division
Yes.
player in
Yes.
Germany. So I mean, and as much as people do love him, and a lot of people are really big on him, and that he's going to be a solid contributor to the U.S. for a very long time. That scenario, I think a lot of us will say, hey, you know what, Jurgen, you were right. You were right. That's why the Federation pays you all the big bucks, because
Right.
you know these things and we don't. We're just, we're observers. So, but I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. As much as a lot of us wish to see that would happen. We see the U.S. get out of the group stages and get pretty far in the tournament. That'd be great. But I just don't see, from what I've seen of him, in the send-off series, I just don't think that he's even close to ready to playing in these high-stakes games.
He's not. He's
No.
not. He, like
Yeah.
you said, 4th division Germany.
4th division Germany.
It's
yeah.
much different
Yeah.
than World Cup playing
Absolutely.
against Germany, Portugal,
Yep.
and Ghana.
Yeah.
Much
yeah.
different.
Yeah, and for all the talk about, this will give him experience. I know there are a lot of people out there that back the idea of getting Julian Green to the World Cup so he has the quote-unquote experience. No. To me, experience is qualifying in CONCACAF. It's going down to Costa Rica and playing in front of guys who are in front of a crowd that's throwing batteries at you. That's experience. If you want real experience, it's not sitting on the bench in Brazil comfortably. It's playing out in the field in front of probably the most hostile crowds you can imagine on this side of the planet. Basically hurling every expletive towards your direction and throwing a lot of other things as well. So that to me is an experience. So I don't buy the whole idea that Julian Green's on the roster for experience. To me, that's not experience.
So now, let's flip it.
Yep.
And Julian Green comes in. He's coming in 2 games. He's coming in 3
Yep.
games. He's coming in 1 game. He has a sitter in front of the net. Woofs it. Just complete 6-yard box.
Yep.
Flies. There goes Sergio Ramos. Hello, Julian Green. Now, what happens then? Is there a chance the USSF says, listen, Jurgi, maybe you're not the smartest guy for this, because clearly you shouldn't have brought him in. If this was Donovan, 10 out of 10 times he's going to score that goal.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, and it's a question that the federation is certainly going to have to confront. Should that happen? Should there be an occasion or two in which you're looking at a play that should have gone the U.S.'s way, and then, a lot of people, obviously the World Cup is primary. It's a primary form for second guessing, and I think there will come an occasion in which people will ask, well, why wasn't Landon Donovan in that position? Or why wasn't Landon Donovan, Landon Donovan could have scored, or Landon Donovan could have found the open player on that play, on a critical play. One thing I have to give Jurgen a lot of credit for is kind of breaking the mold of, I'm going to do what the Federation wants me to do, because I feel to a certain extent Bob Bradley was a Federation man,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word. And Jurgen isn't. And I think that in order for the program to go forward, you need to have somebody who isn't a Federation person. And for that, I do give him credit. I do give him credit for thinking kind of outside the box, even though I don't agree with those decisions that are being made outside the box.
Now, final thing, 4-5 guys on the U.S. national team were not born in the United States. They were born in Germany. What are your thoughts on that? Because there's a lot of people who are, you're born in the United States, you can't support a team that's not the United States. Now, what's their argument that they have people on their team that are starting that were never born in the United States, have never stepped foot in the United States?
Yeah, but that's really the trend across the board. The U.S. isn't the first, and it won't be the last team that kind of gets these players that have American blood in them, whether it's from a father who was in the Air Force or the armed forces. So this is nothing new, and I guess the primary example you could look at is Deco from Portugal. He's Brazilian born. The Portugal recruited him, and they got a lot out of him. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to use what resources. If you have resources available to you, why not use them? And if you're going to succeed with those resources, you know what? So be it. That nobody's going to complain if Jermaine Jones scores a goal,
Right.
Because he wasn't born in the United States. So I think you're trying to build the best squad possible with the resources that you have afforded to you.
Well, Brian O'Connell, thank you very much for joining us. Second half getting underway now. Welcome back, Mike Agostinho, on the play-by-play. Brian, if you're around later on, you want to talk again, we're here.
Sounds
Just
good.
throwing it out there.
Thanks, John.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Brian. All right, second half underway. Rams making a couple of changes at halftime. Ruben Resendez has come into the game. Duff Bedrosian has gone off. also, Mohamed Rashid has come into the game with Diego Tabarez coming off. Coach Hobie here at halftime, very positive. He was very blunt. Told them they're not playing well.
Ah, good.
And
That's what you want from a head
He
coach.
says what you do now is you start to play well, and you get yourself back in the game, and you send a statement. And absolutely the right message, in my opinion.
Yes.
And a couple changes made. As you and I said, Duff was struggling. Duff has come off now. And actually, Sam Williams has come on. So there's been more than 2 substitutions there.
Oh, and
it's quickly.
and there
3-0.
goes 3.
And guess who? Anthony Grant again.
Anthony Grant.
Now his 7th goal of the season, which puts him level for top scorer. And this is quickly turning into.
It's a bloodbath. Is
Yeah,
what it's turning
quickly
into.
turning into a night to forget for the Rams.
It's definitely exploiting weaknesses that we have seen that Westchester has exploited, and that has been defensive lapses. That's been what Brian Connell and I were talking at halftime. It's been a lot of players not getting back in time.
Right. And correction, so Mohamed Rashid is not on the field. It was Sam Williams coming in. He's come in for Duff Bedrosian. Ruben Resendez has stepped in the place of Diego Tabarez. The Rams have gone back to a 4-4-2. However, that was not the start we were looking for.
Definitely not. You definitely expect to come out of that and put the pressure on, get an early goal, not give one up.
Griffith sends it forward. There's Grant. Perez. Williams from Resendez. Arboleta. Resendez. Eckford. Winning a corner kick. Well done, John Eckford there
Good,
on that
good.
run down the left side.
It was only Mohamed Rashid running into the box. Smart, just kick it at a Seacoast guy and win that corner.
Yeah, it's hard to generate anything off a cross when there's only one guy in the box. It has to be a perfect cross, and he has to be perfectly open. So here's Machado.
Ugh.
Tainter was there, knocking.
I have to say, I'm enjoying the atmosphere of the parade in the background.
This is quite unique to have a Flag Day parade going right by our stadium. Tainter, Arboleta. Referee whistles for a foul.
About time.
Free kick to the Rams, quickly. Tainter, Griffiths. Eckford. Dom Machado. Nice move there. And then that did not come out well. He was trying to do something there, but it didn't quite work out. Ends up playing the ball out of bounds accidentally. Seacoast throw, and Seacoast walking up to the throw. We've got 40 minutes. We got 40 minutes to go. We're in the 50th minute, and Seacoast is in no hurry with the 3-goal lead. Well done there by Machado. He's going to win a free kick, and that is Perez. Is he going to go in the book? Eckford. Resendez. Lewis. Machado. Lewis. Resendez.
Ooh, Eckford just saves it.
Eckford saves it, but
Ugh.
at what cost? Here goes Perez.
And now here
Grant.
comes players
And,
need to
yep.
get back.
This time, the space wasn't there for Perez to make that run. But you could see what they were going to do with that, John.
Yes,
There's
absolutely.
no secret about the way Seacoast are playing. And it's been 100% effective so far as they see themselves with a 3-goal lead early in the second half here.
Well, they know where the gaps are. They're letting the Rams attack. If they give up a goal now, really, who cares?
I mean, you have to give them credit for doing their homework on the Rams. They've seemed to have the answer.
Rashid shot blocked, corner.
Baji,
Nice.
Baji
Oh,
wins,
Baji.
wins another corner there.
That's right. Rashid is not in.
No, I saw him come out to warm up at halftime with the 2 players that did go in.
It's going to be another short corner from the Rams. It is.
You'll have to have the call from there, John. I can't see it.
Perfect.
And there's one.
Oh,
Well done.
beautiful.
Willis Griffith. We
Goal
got one.
back. Goal back.
Excellent play there. Who drew that ball across there, John? for the
I
Rams?
believe that was Zico Lewis.
All right, Zico Lewis looks
mean-
like he's getting his name in the scorebook again.
Come on, Zico Lewis. When in doubt, it's probably Zico Lewis.
And I think you see there where you can get a lot of success on this back line is getting the ball in along the ground, driven hard. We've gotten a goal, and we had a play earlier that was blocked by our own player that probably would have been a goal. So, 52nd minute. Now, 3-1, Seacoast over your Boston Rams. Rams are coming out with a little bit of fire now. Closing down quickly. Nice bit of play there by the Phantoms, though, to play their way out. It goes out of bounds. But they combined well there to get a couple touches and to get out of their own end there. Update from Manaus. We're in the 85th minute down there. Italia 2, England 1. Still hanging on to that Mario Balotelli goal.
Well, good, because I don't have England progressing out of the group, so. Sorry to all my English people, but hey, they're not good.
Substitute goalkeeper Nick Thompson luckily does not know that at this time. Here's a ball from Griffiths.
Off to Fabio. Fabio fumbles a little bit.
Fabio's got to look at. Oh, he took a little too long to get the shot there. Referee not.
That
gonna
would
give
have been a penalty in the World Cup.
And great timing by the parade to fire off a musket as voices are raised towards the referee for that non-call. Perez puts a shot in, easily saved by Kieselbroom. Now he goes to John Eckford. Here we go. The Rams got a little more spring in their step now. The speed of play has come up, and
Eckford just kicking it out a little bit.
Fabio Machado a little flat-footed, unable to
Yeah.
adjust and get back to keep that in. Rams reset here. They got their marks. Seacoast taking their time. And there you see a little bit of a... I see the Seacoast player in Dominic Machado's ear there. That is number 6. That's Simmons, who's already got a yellow card. And he continues to flirt with that line there as he's whispering in the ear of Dominic Machado. Referee does nothing about it here. Here's Machado. Still Machado. Still Machado. And it's a throw for the Rams.
Hey, yeah, I
This
thought it
game
would have been
has the
Seacoast.
feel that emotions are going to start to come pouring out in
Absolutely.
this second half.
And at this point, attack Simmons. Attack him. Force him to get that second yellow.
Yeah, I think clearly he's playing with, make him control his emotions. If he can't, make him pick up that second yellow card, and let's play with an extra man there. Agudo with the throw in for the Seacoast Phantoms. Left foot came up. Linesman saw it. Great eye there by our assistant referee on this side. It's an illegal throw.
I mean, honestly, at this level, how do you come off with an illegal throw?
It's a very rare call at this level.
It's very rare for that to happen.
Something you're used to seeing when I used to referee U10 and
Yeah,
U12.
I know.
It was every throw-in was like that. Here's Eckford. Resendez. Tainter. The diagonal ball. Won by Agudo. Resendez. Machado. Fabio Machado. Still Fabio Machado. Still Fabio. Can't seem to keep it there. Simmons. It's going to be collected by Resendez all the way back to Broom. Tainter. Baji. Baji turns goal side. He's being held.
He's being held.
The
I mean, he was
referee
held
again
there.
Wants nothing to do with it. Arboleta. Williams. And the cross goes straight to the goalkeeper, but
Absolutely weak refereeing by this center ref.
a lot of questions to be asked here.
Definitely. I mean, it's been clear penalties.
You would think, though, you would get 1 out of 3 at some point, wouldn't you? But nonetheless, 3-1 Seacoast here, 56th minute. Sam Williams wins it. Here goes Zico. Well done by Zico. Zico into space. He's got speed. He's going towards the box. Cross, but it's
not enough on that cross.
on his less preferred right foot there, Zico Lewis. He wanted that on his left foot, but the defender did a good job to not allow him and to force him to take that right-footed.
Well, that's when you got to try your best, Arjen Robben, and cut it back in as quickly as
anyway.
possible. Don't matter, just cut it.
Grant throws Eckford out of the way. The referee's got this one. Quick restart from the Rams. Fabio Machado plays it there. Dominic
giving up on it a little bit.
Stopped his run there. Ruben Resendez telling his teammates to relax here, bringing on a good bit of experience and a very calm demeanor of Ruben Resendez, keeping his team focused here. Dominic Machado. Perez is there. I have to say, a very good performance from this midfielder from the Seacoast United Phantoms, Abel Perez. Eckford now. Machado. Zico Lewis. Zico. Wilder. Can he turn? He gets by the first guy, but the supporting defender does a great job to get there.
Absolutely.
To get the ball.
Seacoast have been solid in defense tonight.
Yeah, very good defensively tonight, the Seacoast Phantoms. And we're going to get a corner kick here, so the last corner kick ended in a goal for the Rams. Let's see what we get here.
Fingers crossed for another goal.
Willis Griffiths is making his way towards the box again. Rams leaving only Ruben Resendez back here, and why not? You got to risk. 2 men around the ball. It's going to be a short one to Zico. Crossed in, but DiMaggio is there.
Solid goalkeeping tonight from Dom DiMaggio.
Yeah, he seems to be in all the right places.
Yep.
He's reading the game well. Hasn't had to make any fantastic saves, but just always in the right place. And his punt is going to come all the way to Broom. The Rams know now they're not going to be able to counterattack on this Seacoast team with them playing with the lead. It's going to take a build-up play, and you're going to have to beat all 11 of their players because what they're doing a very good job of is sinking defensively
Absolutely.
and just taking away that middle. So Route 1 will not work for the Rams in this second half. Fabio Machado. Baji. Eckford. Good cross. Williams can't get to it. Zico is going to collect it on the far side on his left foot.
Oh,
Beats.
beautiful.
Here's Fabio. Ruben. Ruben Resendez, 2. Willis Griffiths. Arboleta. Resendez. Zico. Williams.
Can he get there? Beautiful, beautiful.
Arboleta heads it, but
nobody
there. Oh, actually. And the referee says no again. Definitely a collision there between the goalkeeper and Willis Griffith. The question is, who actually fouled who on that collision?
That is true. I mean, that was a 50-50. I'll give that in favor of the ref.
Referee
That's fine.
Electing to allow the goal kick, which makes his job a lot easier.
That is true.
Decipher who collided with who on that play. But referee, to his credit, was very quick to wave that off, so makes you think he saw that from the beginning. Eckford.
Oh, come on.
Agudo's
Time
gonna go in the
after
book
time
now.
after time. No, okay, there he goes. He went into his pocket. He got out of his pocket. Absolutely, he has to go into it. Silly
Agudo goes
silly
into the
fouls.
books.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has issued a yellow card to Phantoms number 19, Pablo Agudo.
Dom Machado on the ball here. Griffiths, Machado. Dominic with it. Now it's Grant. Grant goes through the legs of Machado, still with the ball. Grant. Laheen. Simmons. And played straight up the pitch there by the number 14, Ryan. And here is Grant. Griffiths does well, and it's going to go off Griffiths last.
Unbelievable, this referee. Really?
You know-
Dissent? I mean, come on. How many times have we seen this from Seacoast and nothing?
You see it from every team in the league, John. Every time a referee makes a call in the PDL, someone has something to say about it.
But now this is foolish. I mean,
Here
don't walk
he's gonna-
away.
He's gonna put him in the book. A little bit of inconsistency here from our middle official.
Very, very inconsistent from our middle official.
The Rams number 13, Willis Griffith.
In all fairness, he could be carding someone on just about every whistle
Right.
this game.
Right.
So Perez to take the corner kick here. Abel Perez. '63rd minute here at Veterans Stadium. Rams trying to fight their way back into this. Down 3-1 to the Seacoast United Phantoms. Broom misses it. And the ball is coming out.
Good.
He's going to call
late,
the foul.
Late call. I mean, come on. You're right there as a referee. Make that call when it happens. Don't
Kiesel
wait
is-
for your assistant.
Kiesel is waving off. I believe he's asking for a substitution.
Right.
So Nick Thompson is going to have to get his stuff together quickly.
And this is the thing. As a referee,
Kiesel has
Come on.
been injured here, and this is not good for the Rams.
absolutely not. Good thing is, though, Nick Thompson has a game under his belt.
Yeah,
And he's a solid keeper.
yeah. Nick Thompson, the British-born Boston University goalkeeper, getting set to come in for Kiesel Broom.
And, I mean, he waved for that sub right away. You hope this is not very, very serious.
Absolutely, and interestingly enough, the referee waited quite a bit to make that call.
He did, and that's the thing. He was right in front of the play.
Yeah.
What is going on in this referee's mind?
He actually made the whistle at the time that
It could have been
the
a penalty.
time that Grant collided with Griffith, and it made you think he was calling a penalty for a second.
Right.
And then called a previous foul, which, interestingly enough, it looks like the trainer's working on his shoulder. This is not a good sign, fans.
It's not, but if it's anything serious, you hope it's only a dislocated shoulder.
Right.
64th minute, Rams down 3-1. We've seen a lot of positive plays from the Rams. We've seen a lot of defensive lapses from the Rams. What do they have to do, in your eyes, as a soccer coach for many years, to get this to turn into a positive result?
Well,
Can it?
It can. It's going to be very difficult because Seacoast has the luxury of sinking as many guys as they want back into their defensive third. But with that comes also the ability to get the ball up to their defensive third with very little pressure. I think the Rams really need to find the gaps. And I think it's going to take a shot or two from the outside to pull that Seacoast defense out a little bit, create some space.
And for sure, Broomsday is done.
He's in pain.
This is not good.
Kiesel Broom is in a lot of pain right now, folks. And Nick Thompson is trying his best to get as much of a warm-up as he can. But things seem to be going from bad to worse for the Rams right now.
It
This is
absolutely does.
real gut check time right now for the Rams as we are 25 minutes away from the final whistle. You'll hope that the referee will add this time at the end. This has been 2 or 3 minutes at least.
I mean, you'll hope, but with this ref, you have no clue.
But I think the way to get in is it's going to have to be wide. You're going to have to take the ball wide, get down the line, and drive that ball in. Once you get past that defensive line, it's going to be very hard to knock anything over them or through
Absolutely. And it's not just that it's a compact defensive line. They're quick.
Yeah.
They're incredibly quick.
There's good athleticism there in the Seacoast line. Here comes Nick Thompson.
Substitution for the Real Boston Rams.
And
Entering the game, goalkeeper number 00, Nick Thompson.
very concerned crowd on hand here. It's very quiet as soon as Kiesel went down and he signaled for the substitution, as you said, right away.
Oh, absolutely. He would.
And ball's put into play, but the referee wants him
No,
to do it again.
he doesn't like that one.
All right, we'll go to the other side. Here's Tainer. Knocks it long, and it's won there by the defense. Here we go now. Arboletta's got the ball. It's a 50-50. He's going to win it.
Beautiful Arboleta.
And he's going to win himself a throw in there. Alex Ryan knocking it out. Here's Zico. Zico Lewis in the box. Turns. Zico Lewis. What a save by DiMaggio.
And that was probably his first real big save of the night.
Great turn by Zico Lewis.
Beautiful. Although Zico's pulling up a little bit now. He's hobbling. This another bad look for the Rams.
He's going to walk it off. He's a tough kid.
Used to playing in the mean streets of Bermuda.
In the mean ACC. I'm sure he takes his share of hits in
Oh,
the
absolutely.
ACC.
With his size, he definitely takes a share of hits.
DiMaggio now punted out. Taking his time again. Here is Carter. Terrence Carter with the big touch. Puts it out of play. Rams get it in quickly. Resendez. Griffiths.
Going to Eckford's here.
Eckford. Machado opening wide. Makes the space there for Dominic Machado. Still on it, Dominic. Does well to keep it. Looking for anybody to get open for him. Resendez. Pressure from Grant. Resendez gets to free space. Machado. Baji. And we'll take it, I guess. We had the advantage there,
Hey,
but I'll
there you
take a
go.
free kick from 35
Absolutely.
yards.
Absolutely.
Very light interpretation of the law there by the referee, but
I
I'll
mean,
take it.
you've seen him play the advantage. You've seen him not play the. His mind's been flipping quite a bit today.
And he's not going to allow the quick restart. The Rams did not ask for space.
No, they
but
didn't.
He is going to count it off anyway. Mohamed Rashid up, ready to go in, handing in his substitute card here. Rashid brings a lot of quickness and some speed. Maybe just what the Rams need here if they're going to get back in this one. And we're going to go to Eckford. Cross. Good cross. A little too high. Tainter playing with fate a little bit there.
Absolutely.
By jumping up and catching that, even if he is out of bounds.
You would think the ref might have just given a yellow card at that point.
And it's going to, this is a tactical switch here. We got Wilder Arboleta coming off. The holding midfielder coming off for an attacking player. So
Mohamed Rashid.
Hobie Hare rolling the dice now with 20 minutes to go. We're in the 70th minute. The Rams are going to throw it forward now. And if we can get the second goal relatively soon, it is going to put a lot of pressure on this back line of the Phantoms and maybe just what we need.
And you would think Ruben Resendez's day just got a whole lot tougher.
Oh, yes. He's going to be sitting in the hole by himself now, I believe. Here's Carter. Terrence Carter. And a foul. It was actually Anthony Grant, goal scorer of 2 tonight.
And that's his third foul tonight.
Yeah.
You would think at some point in time he'd have to go in the book.
Griffith. Eckford.
Staying on his feet.
Williams. Hopeful ball there from Williams.
Very hopeful.
Kiesel Broom has gone into the locker room for further to be looked at further evaluation.
You hope and you pray that it's nothing bad.
Yeah.
Fantastic keeper. Sad to see him go down, and PC is going to miss him badly this year if it's something horrible.
Yeah, you hope it's nothing of that
Magnitude.
You're going to be a fifth-year senior this year for
Yep.
the Friars. One of, if not the top goalkeeper in the Big East.
Other big question I have: there's a parade going on. How are we getting out of here?
We've been told it'll be over by the time the game ends. Hopefully the locker room is well catered tonight, John. It usually is.
Well, there's an ice cream in the parking.
And then there's
ice cream truck in the parking lot. So
You got to hope that's the tail end of the parade there. Now, you see, a yellow card goes for dissent.
Right.
And I heard what he said all the way up here.
right,
And the referee is
absolutely.
not looking at. I can't repeat what he said after he miskicked that.
Oh, as you shouldn't repeat what he said. But how do you get a yellow card for dissent and then that gets nothing?
Exactly. I'm
The
not here to
reason-
pick on referees, but I'm just seeing a complete inconsistency here. Baji in the box. Shot is blocked.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get
By
those
Ryan.
shots off quicker. With this Seacoast team, you got to get those shots off quicker.
Williams. Machado. Lewis. Lewis on the right. Cuts into his left foot. Still Lewis. Still Lewis. Lewis is by. He's by two. Puts it in.
Oh,
Domi hits it too high, but good idea there by Dominic Machado.
very good idea.
But Zico Lewis beating three defenders and putting the ball across just out of Baji's reach and just not hard enough to get onto
Onto
Fabio
Fabio's.
Machado's run. Very unlucky there for the Rams.
Absolutely. I mean, Seacoast know this Zico Lewis. They're putting two guys on him, and he's still breaking it.
Baji wins it. Zico nearly wins it there. Rams applying pressure. Resendez wins it, but it's out of bounds to the Phantoms. It looks like our friend Simmons there taking the throw. Down the line, Williams wins it, but knocks it backwards, and inadvertently, here is Grant. Grant knocks it off of Tainter for a throw in deep in the Rams' defensive third.
Coming up into the 74th minute now, you got to think the Rams need a goal as soon as possible.
Yeah. You want to make this as stressful as possible for the Phantoms. The earlier you get that goal, the longer they have to play on with the stress and the fear of giving up the tying goal and letting the Rams come all the way back.
Well,
And just
that's
as I
not
said
happening
that,
today.
Off a throw in a flick. It looks like it's Laheen. Trent Laheen there off the header. And the crowd is completely deflated right now. It is
Oh,
4-1 Phantoms
Absolutely.
lead
I
here.
mean, it has been shocking today.
And let me tell you, the trip to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, is going to be one where a message will need to be sent when
Oh,
we
yes.
get back up there. Folks, the Rams are much better than what we're seeing today. We know that.
Scored by number 8.
Now it's a test of character.
Lowe.
Fabio Machado off the bar.
Rips it.
DiMaggio gets a finger to it.
Hey, DiMaggio's been fantastic keeper today. Not going to take anything away
He's got
from
a
him.
couple
But
big saves.
where was that from Fabio earlier?
Yeah. Well, here, all the Rams can do now is get that next one. Nice cross there. Nobody on it. Eckford.
Come on, Eckford. Back.
Griffiths. Out on the first touch, and here is Grant
And
again.
look at this. Look
And
at
this
how
is-
many players are back. Where are the Boston Rams?
Well, in fairness, everybody was attacking. And
Yes, but nobody's making a run
Yeah.
back.
yeah, the tanks don't seem to be as full as they've been in other games tonight. Here goes Zico. there was never going to be the space there
No,
for that shot.
no.
It was a good effort. Here's Zico. Zico again. Fabio. And Willis Griffiths forgetting that he's already in the book. 'Cause I also heard that one up here.
Oh, yeah. Willis playing with a little bit of a hot head.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun facts, though, and dissent, Luke Finkelstein, currently the player with the biggest dissent problem, with 1 red card, 5 yellow cards for the Boston Rams.
His Boston Rams career dating back to last year.
Also the most capped player for the Boston Rams.
I think one of the few originals left.
That's right.
Luke Finkelstein and Fabio Machado and Jack Hilger, the only players still with the Rams from last year
Yes.
at this moment in time, I believe. Fabio Machado, Mitch Tainer, Griffiths, Baji. Referee has consistently not called the handball.
He
So I will
has-
give him the credit in that discipline.
Yes.
He has not called handling the ball all night consistently.
Right. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but right. Really? Oh my goodness. What a miserable, miserable, miserable call. I think you could have seen that from space that was not a Seacoast throw-in.
Frustration boiling over for the Rams. Fabio Machado is going to go in the book.
And that's another thing, right? Fabio gets a dissent card. Where was the dissent card for Seacoast? You just don't see one. How is this fair officiating? He's not. I'd love to run down there and give him a yellow card.
For the Phantoms.
During the run of play there, number 30, Ugo Uche, has checked into the game. Abel Perez has come off. Very good night for Abel Perez for the Seacoast Phantoms.
Absolutely.
The Rams, number
Referee
9,
is
Fabio Machado.
ready to restart. He is now. Now, if you're the Rams, you have to be smart. You can't take needless yellow cards because they do accumulate. And you could find yourself missing an important game down the road when you accumulate cards.
Well, and that comes down to back to the
Yeah.
Luke Finkelstein thing.
So in a 4-1 game, it is not worth picking up a yellow card for dissent at this point.
Oh, is that Mr. Fink himself getting ready?
It looks Finkelstein and Max Hoppino.
I'm a little
Getting
surprised we haven't
themselves
seen
ready.
Hopino a little earlier.
Yeah. We're going to see him for the last 10 or so of this game. We're in the 79th minute here at Veterans Stadium.
Hopino been really good for the Rams this year.
He's-
First time
he's-
playing PDL.
Yeah, very good. Eckford puts it across. There's
Oh.
Rashid, and
Rashid, just a whiff of a kick.
yeah, that thing jumped up and came off of his shin guard, it looked like.
Yeah.
Baji in his way a little bit there, too. May have broken his concentration just a bit. Looks like Eckford is coming off for Fink.
I mean, smart move, taking Eckford off. He's
Yeah.
been a little temperamental. He's on the yellow card.
All in all, not a bad match, though, for Eckford tonight.
No,
He's been
not
one
at
of the
all.
more effective Rams. And here comes Dominic Machado coming off also.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And at
And
this
on
point,
comes Fink, the most capped player for the Real Boston Rams.
making another appearance. Appeared in all 14 games last season
and number 5,
and making his 5th of the season.
No, he missed one because he had a red card.
So 13 caps last season, 13 appearances.
in all games so far this season.
Rashid, Baji, Zico. This point, if you're the Rams, you want to get out of here with no
Oh, absolutely.
further damage, no injuries.
He's gonna-
Unfortunately,
Kicks it after. That should be a yellow card.
as
per
it gets
FIFA
touched
rules.
into the goal here by the scorer of the last goal, by Trent Lougheed. Zico. Griffiths.
Ooh, bad.
It ends
just
up on
bad
the foot
giveaway by
of
Griffiths.
Terrence Carter. And here is Anthony Grant, the Jamaican forward, with the ball. And he's going to complete his hat trick.
Miserable. Absolutely miserable display by the Real Boston Rams tonight. Absolutely miserable.
Things just get from bad to worse.
And I mean, I think you can go chalk that up, watch the replay. It comes down to another defensive lapse. One guy on him. He's the most dangerous player on the field. Why are 3 guys on the other side of the box? Why?
Yeah. So the Michigan Bucks alumni, Jamaican forward, has hat-tricked tonight for the Seacoast Phantoms, bringing his season total to 8. And there's no relief for the Rams as far as facing forwards like that, because in a few nights we will see Alan Carr Jr., known around these parts simply as Juninho Pedalada by the Brazilian community.
Talk about
scored
a
4
forward.
goals in 2 games against the Rams last season. He's got 7 goals in 3 appearances this season.
Another defensive breakdown, but thankfully Thompson was there, off his line.
Machado. Griffiths. Williams. Machado. Griffiths. Hoppino.
Just forcing passes now.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, when you play from behind for so long, you find yourself trying so hard to force them.
They're gonna go. They're gonna go.
There goes
Just
Aguro.
another defensive breakdown. How do you let him run through the middle? How?
Looked like Ruben Resendez was anticipating
He
a pass there and started
absolutely.
to cheat towards the runner. He didn't go all the way, but he started to cheat towards the runner. Agudo heads up play to run right through the gap.
It's just
Heads
you
are
need
down
to get
right
players
now
behind.
for the Real Boston Rams.
Absolutely.
Machado. Machado having himself a pretty good second half, all things considered. Lewis. Machado. Still Machado. Too many blue shirts there.
Absolutely. Smart by Seacoast. Just put everybody behind the ball.
Yeah, they've shown how dangerous they are as a counter-attacking team.
And that's what that's the pain of live streaming and recording our games and putting them up on YouTube. You have Seacoast who's able to watch how we play. They know we play possession. They know we attack. They can sit behind. They can counter, and that's what they've been doing.
And it's also the double-edged sword of playing a possession style.
Yes.
Is a counter-attacking team becomes a very tough matchup if you do not get ahead and force them.
This is another unbelievable call. Unbelievable. Fabio with the advantage, and the referee just waves him off. No, thank you. Let's bring the ball all the way back.
Back into the center circle, Resendez. Rashid. Finkelstein getting his
First touch.
touches. Early cross, good early cross. Hoppino. Can't get over it enough. But it's a good effort there.
It was a good cross from Finkelstein.
Yep, he put it right on point. And the result in Manaus is now final, or has been final for some time.
2-1.
It is 2-1 to the Azzurri.
Good. Down
So-
with England.
Creating a very interesting, maybe mouth-watering Italy versus Uruguay later this week.
Absolutely.
Uruguay will have to throw caution to the wind and get 3 points any way necessary. Italy will be able to play the style that they love so much in those circumstances. They will be able to play their Italian defensive counter-attacking style. And when you got Super Mario up top to lead that counter-attack,
One
you gotta
goal,
feel good.
one World Cup game.
Fabio works hard there to draw a foul on Agudo. Agudo was in the book earlier, and he has tallied a couple of fouls since then. It looks like consistent fouling does not.
Right. You would think consistent fouling would get you another card, but apparently in this
Here's
game the answer is
Baji
no.
at the top of the box. Machado. Shot blocked. It's going to stay in bounds. Seacoast is just a step ahead tonight. Griffiths knocks it out of bounds down the tunnel. As good news is the parade has gone,
Hey, well,
and access out of the parking lot is now available. Well, folks, we have to look ahead for the Rams. A couple of big games. As we said, we got the Derby Wednesday night with Western Mass. The next Saturday, making the trip out to Manchester, Vermont, the new home of the Vermont Voltage. And then a doubleheader weekend following.
and
the
this
Vermont
has to be
match.
a yellow card and nothing still.
Substitution coming on for the Phantoms. Number 9, Malcolm McLean, comes on for number 18. Trent Longheed,
Ladies and gentlemen, your
scorer
attention,
of the 4th
please. Entering
goal.
the game for Seacoast United, number 9, Malcolm McLean.
As I was saying, tough stretch of games coming up for the
Absolutely.
Rams.
Talk about dissent, huh?
Referee, as anyone's watching,
He's
he's
lost
control.
it. He has completely lost.
This game
I think
has-
he lost control of this game around the 10th minute.
It has not been a good one for the officiating crew.
You
for
would
the man in the
you
middle,
would
for the
kind of hope
referees.
that you think, at least from a Boston Rams spectator perspective, you hope he doesn't officiate another game for the Rams this season.
Yes. We've had incidents in the past where at a certain stadium in this state that is not our stadium, where we get the same referee
Oh,
every
yes.
time. Rashid Finkelstein. Baji. Right on
Good shot
frame.
by Baji.
DiMaggio has it, smothers it. And it's part of it is it's just not the Rams' night tonight, even when they are doing things right.
Well, it's not, but
it's
I
not
mean
going.
they couldn't find that final
Yeah.
pass. Their defense has been horrid. And there's great players in this defensive line.
Yes. Lewis. Tries to run it down in. Here is Grant again. Tainter forcing him out of bounds, but the throw-in will go to Seacoast. And it looks like we're going to have another substitution. So if you go by the
killing
letter
time.
of the law here, and you give 30 seconds for every substitution, and you factor in the goals
Your attention, please.
and the injury,
Yeah.
Entering the game for Seacoast United,
You would think
number
you'd have
5,
around 5-6 minutes of,
I'm
of
thinking
time.
there easily could be 10 minutes of stoppage time. That won't be the case.
In my mind, this ref wants to get out of here as quick as possible. There'll be 1, maybe 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Given the score line, that would probably even be a wise decision. Here, coming on, we have number 5, who is Andre Steele. Replaces the man of the match, no doubt, Anthony Grant. 3 goals tonight. And is the Northeast Division going to get the Player of the Week award for the 2nd week in a row now?
Absolutely. I
with
think,
Anthony Grant.
the bad thing is it's against the
Us.
Rams.
It comes at our expense. Here's Griffiths. Finkelstein. Good cutback by Fink. Baji tries to play it to himself. Agudo is there. Steele keeps it. Uche. Tainter wins the header. Only goes as far as Ryan. Uche. Uche with a lot of space in front of him. Delivers across. Williams clears it out. Hoppino. Oh, and Hoppino
this
gets an ugly
this
tackle.
one has to be a yellow card. Nothing.
And Hoppino is heated right now.
Heated. And why is the ref yelling at him?
He's trying to step in between them.
About time.
So, number
Thank
20,
goodness.
Houghton. Emery Houghton
Stepped on the field.
As we said before, ref has completely lost this game. Completely lost it. Line refs have been great, though.
They've done a great job. So looking forward, the Rams are about to hit the meat of the schedule, as I said, and it's not going to get any easier from here, John.
No, it's
So
not.
we're really going to see what this team is about in the next 2-3 weeks. As I said, 2 weeks from now, a doubleheader, a back-to-back weekend, I should say. Friday night in the hardest away venue in this division to play, Lusitano Stadium in Ludlow. It'll be the back end of that of the derby. These next 4 games are going to be crucial for the Rams.
Oh, it absolutely is.
And it's going to probably tell the direction where the rest of the season is going to go.
And at that point, never played PDL before.
Yeah, a lot of them are making the jump from the U.S. DA, the Development Academy.
Yep.
And though the technical bit of the game is probably not a jump for them, the physical side definitely is.
The physical side and maybe a little bit of the... Oh, yes.
And the much more direct style of play of the PDL as opposed to the Development Academy. It'll be a little bit of an adjustment. And we do have a very young team, we need to remember. You get off to a great start. You get 4 out of 5 wins to start the season. You find yourself at the top of the We are not playing U20. We are playing U23 with an exemption for 8 overage players, which most teams fill.
Oh, they stack
Most
all
teams
8 overage
stack
players.
over 23 players.
I think we may have 3 or 4.
We have a couple. So we can't hang our head too much on this game. This is one game. We can't make too much out of it.
Right.
Especially in the PDL, you see a team lose like this. The next day they turn around and win by the same margin against the same team.
Yes.
So,
well, and that's the thing. It's great game footage for the coaches to go over and see what happened.
I think there's a lot to be learned from this game, like you said. Great job by Thompson there.
Beautiful job making him big and covering that ground.
Thompson again out on the ball. He does well there.
Doing better than Iker Casillas, I'll give him that.
All 22 players right now looking for that final whistle. Here's Baji. All the way back to Tainer. Nice rip from Tainer, about 45 yards away from goal.
Hey, he's got the power. Why not take it?
Wins a corner.
I have a feeling you'll see him score at least once or twice with that throughout the season.
I agree. He also is very good at finding his way up the pitch and getting in on goal at least once a game.
Referee tells him, no thank you, not that side. We're doing it on the left. Ooh, just bad corner there by Zico Lewis.
Definitely a game for growing pains here for the Rams.
Oh, yes. Good thing is, like we've talked about, it's a very, very young team.
Yeah. This team is only going to get better.
I mean, hey, what was that? Like 1 minute of injury time? I'm pretty sure Kiesel Broom was down for 5.
Final whistle here, folks, at Veterans Stadium. A very quiet stadium, a very tough night for your Real Boston Rams.
Very tough night. Other sad thing coming out after this, fireworks about to happen. Unfortunately, it's not winning fireworks.
Irony can be very cruel.
Irony can be very
We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. For John Fonseca, Brian O'Connell, for Davis Van Opdorp, Coach Mike Agostinho here. I'm going to sign off and say goodbye to everyone. Again, your Boston Rams tonight in a heavy defeat to perhaps a bit of an underestimated Seacoast United Phantoms. Seacoast 5, Real Boston 1. Hope you enjoyed the game and hope to see you Wednesday night when we welcome our cross-state rivals for the Derby, Western Mass Pioneers, right here at Veterans Stadium. Good night, everyone, and enjoy the World Cup and the rest of your weekend. Forza Portugal.